He really brings a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, thoughtfulness, new ideas to our conversations. He's someone who has really connected deeply with people of all ages at TBS.
I, of course, met him during the interview process. It was clear from the beginning, as far as I'm concerned, and we interviewed a number of candidates, that he was the perfect fit for TBS.
He just has this presence, and he came in with this warmth that was just exuding from him. And I remember one of the questions that I was responsible for asking him was, what's your favorite word? And he said infectious, which if he was applying in 2020, he might not have gotten the job.
Bryan has two skills that are hard to come by in a rabbi and hard to come by in people. The first thing is he's an incredibly humble person. But the main thing too is that Bryan is incredibly sweet, likable, and kind, and you can't teach that.
His younger sister is about 2 years younger than him. He would always want to take care of her and kind of be a second father to her, and that kind of went on many, many years, and I think that was part of his wanting to take care of others.
He just always had that very deep connection. He loved everything to do with Judaism. As we got older, he became very involved in our youth group, always kind of dragging me with him, which I am now exceedingly thankful for.
He declared it to the entire congregation and guests at his bar mitzvah that he was going to be a rabbi. So by 13, he definitely knew he was going to be a rabbi. He was going to be a baseball playing rabbi.
After his baseball career.
He was a student in our religious school at Congregation Beth Emeth in Wilmington, Delaware. In addition to that, his parents were very active in our congregation. I have to call him Bryan at this point because he wasn't Rabbi Wexler when I knew him.
He actually told me on our first date that he wanted to be a rabbi and said something along the lines of, being married to a rabbi is not easy.
He has a way of taking his life experience and telling people, I care about you and your life experiences too. I've lived through difficult times. I understand what that means for you.
His first high holiday sermon was really special and was very moving to people, and I think it was really a moment when we thought, wow, we're really fortunate, and this was really the perfect fit for us.
He's always very open with me. If he's about to, bring up something personal, we'll discuss it, and, I read that sermon in advance and, knew it was coming. But I think it's important to both of us that we use our personal experiences to connect with people.
It's not unusual for him to shed a tear while he's speaking. He feels what he is saying, and the result is that the congregation feels what he is saying.
I think he really brings a sensitivity, a deep caring, a thoughtfulness to what we do, and that's shown itself in the healing services that he's created, which have had a tremendous response, which has just been a wonderful, wonderful addition to what we do at TBS, to his work with the Chesed Committee to really try and reach out to all of those at TBS who need a little extra help or a little extra support to really try to care for them.
There are people who have stopped me in the market or out in the community to tell me how moving they found it, how meaningful they found it, how it's touched their souls and their lives and helped them. That is something that we did not have before he came here.
I get to lead a lot of services with Rabbi Wexler. The singing, the energy, the love, and the passion that he has for services, but more importantly for engaging and connecting with our families is something that we all feel. If you're in a family service on Friday night or on Shabbat morning and you're davening with him, you could feel the love.
Rabbi Wexler embodies everything you want in a rabbi. He's inspirational. He's an excellent teacher, and we all know that he's kind and compassionate, but he's also extremely humble.
Yeah, perhaps where we disagree most is in the realm of sports.
How about those Eagles? Ready? Here we go, guys. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Between my love of Minnesota teams and his rooting for the Philadelphia teams, I've let him win mostly in all of that. But you know, soon that might have to change. Now he's been here a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes.
One of the things he and my father especially enjoyed doing was watching sports. And I think it's become something between him and his children as well. And I think that's where the passion comes from.
Oh, he's clearly a big Philadelphia sports fan, so I am glad that he gets this media coverage for it.
You have to have faith. You have to believe.
Rabbi Bryan Wexler of Temple Beth Shalom in Cherry Hill is a lifelong Phillies fan. Every day when people arrive, they're greeted by a poster of the Fanatic with Phillies written in Hebrew.
And it's really fun because every time he does it, we get some great shots of our youngest congregants with him cheering for the Phillies or the Eagles or maybe one day the Sixers.
Working with Rabbi Wexler is fun. We laugh, and making him laugh is one of my great joys in life. It's not that hard, but it's such a pleasure, and we really share a lot, and we really laugh together a lot. And even more so, I think he really inspires me with his love.
A couple years ago, Rabbi Wexler came in and said we need to do something about our high school program. We need to work and reinvigorate it for our students, especially after COVID. And he really worked hard to work with Congregation Bethel, to work with our families, our students, our task force, to reimagine teen education at TBS. And what's come out of that is our Kesher program that meets with Bethel on Tuesday nights, which really has been a way to bring together a larger group of teens in the community.
Rabbi Wexler wanted to see our teens grow socially, academically, but most importantly, as leaders in our community. These are our teens that are going to go out to college and then hopefully go out into the world and become the next generation of leaders.
Rabbi Wexler is a beacon in the Early Childhood Center. The things that he teaches our children are amazing. He just teaches them to love God, love the Torah, be happy, and to have fun. Everything that he adds to our Hachana LeShabbat service every week in the Beit Midrash with the toddlers, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s. He brings age-appropriate topics to every service, and he just comes to have fun with the kids, to sing with the kids.
I look up to him as an amazing religious leader. He knows how to speak to people, he's friendly, and he loves the kids. And he's always going in and out of the ECEC and the religious school to make his presence known, which is very important.
He's the liaison for Social Action Committee and for Chesed and social advocacy and all of those groups as well. But Rabbi Wexler, if there is someone, we need someone to reach out to from the clergy, he's the first person who I will go to, especially with the young family, who doesn't even think twice about it.
He's currently president of the Tri-County Board of Jewish Clergy, where he presides over all the rabbis and cantors in the community for monthly meetings and works with other community organizations to help move things forward and deal with community issues. He's also active with the Philadelphia region of the Rabbinical Assembly. He's actually in charge of the Goodblatt Academy Introduction to Judaism course, which is the conversion program for people who choose to become Jewish within the Philadelphia area. And he helps organize and run and reimagine that program as well, which is an incredible service to the community.
He's an amazing human being. There is no one like Bryan, and I say that as his sister, but also as his friend, confidant. There's a lot to Bryan, and I think he shows a lot of his heart and soul to the community, but even more, like, just such an amazing person inside and out.
For a guy who is running a Hebrew high school program, who is on the Bima week in, week out, and always has some role in the Shabbat darshaning or in the Friday night Dvar Torah or the Shabbat afternoon Dvar Torah, who's doing his share of life cycle events, for him to still take the amount of time that he does to listen to people is just remarkable.